Hello, everybody. How you doing out there? Hope you're having a pretty good day, especially because today is, at the time I'm recording this, is June 10th, and the Summer Game Fest show just ended. So I decided to hop on in here and do a show. I had planned to save all of this for after all the E3 festivities were over and cover everything all at once, but with the reveal for Fortnite Season 7 here, I thought maybe it'd be best to try to break this up and not have like a 2-hour show. So we're going to go ahead and take care of some news so that, it doesn't pile up. Welcome to Brad's Bad Show About Games. My name is Brad, and I am not the last son of Krypton. And if you can tell from the image, you will know why I'm saying that. So yeah, before we get into what was revealed today at the Summer Game Fest, let's talk about the big arrival of Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 7. The invasion is what they are calling the season. Aliens have arrived on the island, or will be arriving shortly. And there's been a lot of changes from the last thing. So the opening cinematic shows a gigantic mothership covering the island. It's bigger than the island. It gets directly over the center of the island. The center of the mothership gets over the island, directly over the spire from the last season. The one where, Agent Jones worked together with the Seven's Foundation to seal up the 0 point when it was going to explode at the end of Season 5 due to the attempted consumption of it by Galactus in Season 4. So a whole lot of stuff going on here with the 0 point. Anyway, so we see a lot of people have joined up together in an attempt to communicate with this with the alien invaders, including Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty, in one of the most ridiculous looking skins I've ever seen, but it's so accurate to how he looks in the show that it's great. I mean, there was no other way to make this character it's the perfect version of him to put in the game, and he looks so different. But anyway, it doesn't work. Communicating and establishing friendly terms does not work, and the mothership destroys the spire where the Foundation and the 0 point were sealed away. So that leaves a lot of questions. But before we get into those questions, let's talk about the rest of the Battle Pass. I gave a quick review of it. That's already on YouTube. But overall, I really like this Battle Pass. Just going through the skins, I'm currently just about to unlock all of the base level stuff for the Sunny skin. I'm trying to... So let's go over them all first and foremost, because I gave a quick review of them in my reaction video. But the Chimera skin is really cool. Probably the most customizable skin in terms of the vast changes you can make. You can change his face, his head, his eye color, his armor color, his skin color, and even the color of the light that comes out of his armor. So there's a lot of customization here. With this one skin, you could create a plethora of alien races. So, very cool idea. The Sunny skin, she's funny. I really like this character because all of her clothes say something of... her first two appearances on her front little shirt that she's wearing, and then on the back of the jacket from her second skin, they both say, "I don't believe in humans." And she even comes along with a song that she has apparently written in support of the aliens who are coming to invade. She believes they are the good guys, and she wants to go with them into space. She doesn't like Earth life. She doesn't like humans. They're boring. All they do is work all the time. So she wants to go with the aliens. So I really like that personality trait for her. And the little song is pretty catchy. Third skin is this Gugimon, I think it's Gugimon, who, I didn't know this, but apparently this is like a mascot for some horror artist of some sort, or some sort of designer. I thought maybe it was like a fashion designer or something, but this is a crossover skin. I did not know that. But he does look pretty cool. I mean, as far as like, it reminds me of. It's sort of very. It's not. It's not really accurate to it, but it reminds me of the Rabbids. So, but hey, he's cool. He's got some cool looks to him. He has his own like sort of like scary theme that he comes with too. The next skin I think is the Joey skin. You can't see the default version of that skin from this battle pass, but Joey is a tatted up guy. All of his skin except his face is tatted up. He's got an eye patch on, and he's got a big scar that goes from his forehead down to his waist. It's a gigantic long scar. But the thing is that his built-in emote that he comes out with, when you causes him to unzip like a zipper that goes down that scar on his body, and it reveals that the true identity of this character is an alien female. And she looks really cool too. So I like this idea that like this is a character who is secretly an alien invader and is assuming this identity of Joey to deceive people. So I'm curious as to see what will happen. I assume that when the story goes, you will eventually be able to see the true version of this, the true identity of this character. Because right now in the game, you can find the Joey in the disguise version wandering around the map. So I assume once the aliens finally do truly arrive, there's talk that there will be some sort of in-game event at what was once Sweaty Sands has now become Believer's Beach, and it's going to basically be it's theorized to be an in-game celebration of the arrival of the aliens, and then I'm guessing that we'll see a lot more aliens on the ground in the game as like a literal invasion begins. Right now, they're just sort of floating around in various UFOs around the map, and then the mothership is just sort of hanging out in the sky, which is a really cool effect, by the way. It's very much kind of like how in Season 4, you could see Galactus in the sky. At first, it's just like a bright red star, and as he got closer, the star got a little bigger. Then suddenly you could make out his likeness in the sky. Then it ended up being, excuse me, that Galactus looked like he was coming up out of the water from the side of the island. And he would slowly and surely as the season got towards its end, more and more of Galactus' head was revealed until the final live event where he completely showed himself. So in this case, the mothership can be seen at all times hanging out above the island. Part of the map, in the in-game map, shows the shadow from where the ship is there. And so there's a little bit of a shadow over part of the map. And I'm guessing that means that through the season, you will see the mothership progressively decide to sit over the island entirely again. And then that will lead to another in-game event of some sort or something. But that's what I'm thinking will happen. Otherwise, there's no reason for the shadow to be on the map if there's not going to be a change to it. But, anyway, I kind of got off on a tangent there. I was talking about the Joey skin. But, yeah, I think this is a cool skin. I like both of them. I mean, the default version of it, the disguise, the Joey disguise, is not the most interesting character. But the fact that character is secretly an alien spy, more or less, is cool for the storyline. The next character in the Battle Pass is this Zig, I think, maybe Zyg, maybe, or it's the green robot. He's controlled by a little alien back bling. So that's pretty cool that this alien can use like a telekinesis sort of deal, psychic powers to control the robot. That's a really nice touch. The next character is Dr. Sloan. Now, remember, we saw her, first of her, at the end of Season 4, the beginning of Season 5, where she tasked Jonesy with finding a way to stabilize the 0 point and keep all of the island's inhabitants from escaping the loop. And that was why we got all those big crossovers from Season 5. But we found out at the end of season 5 that the Order was not really doing anything at all about the 0 points meltdown. And they had, after Jones had expressed his concern that the Order was just going to sit back and not do anything about the 0 point collapsing and potentially destroying all of reality, Sloan and the IO cut off all ties to Jonesy, and he could no longer gain access to top secret files that he'd originally been able to get. So that called for the desperation move of summoning the Foundation to the island, who we then see at the end of this trailer. The Foundation is freed from the Spire, but he seems to lifelessly fall into the ocean. So there's no reason to show this unless at some point the Foundation will be relevant to the story. But at this point, it looks like he's either dead or unconscious. I'm guessing unconscious because there's no reason to show him like that and get cut away real quick, other than to, hey, don't forget about this guy. That's why we showed him. So anyway, there's been no sign of Jones yet. Remember at the end of the season 5 event, the whole ordeal was that the deal between Jonesy and the Foundation was that, in order to stop the 0 point from exploding and destroying the island and possibly reality itself, Jones would have to, the Foundation would have to seal himself in with the 0 point to keep it from exploding, and Jones would have to bring himself into the loop, and he'd have to find a way out again. Because apparently he's been in the loop several times. But that was the deal they made, and the Foundation basically said, I will help you escape the loop when the time comes, and then when I do, you will tell me everything I need to know about the Order. And so they agreed to that, and they managed to stop the 0 point from exploding. So that's where we are now after all that's happened. But the Spire has been destroyed by these aliens. Who knows what's happened to the 0 point? As far as it appears, it looks like it was destroyed. But I would imagine if it was destroyed, then the lore would call for reality itself to be destroyed as well. But I'm not sure. So something's happened. Maybe the aliens have actually taken the 0 point and they're planning to do something with it, and we just don't know. Or they're waiting for the 0 point to reform itself. That could be something. But anyway, going back, Dr. Sloan, again, she's a really good-looking skin, too. She's got, like, this basic, it looks like nerd wear, kind of, I guess, is to emphasize how smart she is with the big glasses and everything. But she's also got, like, a battle suit, which is really cool. It looks kind of like, it looks sort of similar to the armor that the IO guards wear. But, I really like when the skins are very, very tied to the story. There's some stuff in there about Midas. I think I still say Midas is going to be a big relevant character to this season. Because if you go talk to Marigold, who is now on the island, I think she's in Lazy Lake. If you talk to her as Jules, who is Midas's daughter, Marigold will tell you stick to the plan. And if you go talk to her as Midas, she will say something like, it's happening soon. So there's got to be something happening with Midas. And I think at some point she says, I think if you don't talk to her, there's something you do where I think she says, I just can't believe that Midas just disappeared or just vanished. So in other words, nobody knows where Midas is, but they all seem to agree, including Bunker Jonesy, they all seem to believe that Midas is still out there. So I'm still feeling very sure that we will get something at some point, even if it's at the end of this chapter, when they, before they move on to the next chapter, which I would guess is going to be after season 10. That seems to be the way that they want to set this up. Where there are some parallels between the seasons. So I figure Midas will come back into play at some point. because they keep bringing him back. So I guess we'll just have to find out. Like I said, in Chapter 2, he was in the Battle Pass. He was a boss. Chapter 3 opens up with Chapter 3 opens up with him being supposedly eaten by a shark, but that appears to maybe that was not the actual real Midas, as some of the conspiracies from like Bunker Jonesy is suggesting that there are multiple Midases on the island. If that is the case, Marigold probably counts. But I'm just curious to see where that's going to lead, because they definitely don't want you to forget about Midas. There was one season where there was even a Midas fish that you could catch. So there hold on, where was I at? Oh yeah. Lots of good skins so far. The tier 100 skin, even though they changed, I'll tell you about the Battle Pass changes too in just a second. But anyway, the final skin in the Battle Pass, and the main part of the Battle Pass, is Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty. And he's really cool. Morty's in the game as well, but he is Rick's pickaxe that he's turned into a hammer. And that is hilarious. Like, I'm not like a regular watcher of Rick and Morty, but when I do watch it, it makes me laugh. But this is really funny. Like, I've been begging for Peter Griffin to end up in the game for a while now, and this is close. So I'm hoping that there's still a chance Peter could make it into the game, just for the sake of it being funny. But they've even given him the Rick dance from the show. I learned that when I first saw this in the item shop. I was not sure if it was actually like was this something they invented for the game or something, which seemed odd to me that it would be. And then I found the clip on YouTube. Yes, the Rick dance is from the show. So there you go, including the little song that plays. So that's fun. And then this season's secret skin, as it appears to be, is Superman. Although there's some suspicious things in the bonus sections of the Battle Pass thing that I'll bring up in just a second. But anyway, the secret skin appears to be Superman, and we won't get him for another 2 months. That's kind of crazy. It's at least 60 days now. I think it's like at 62 or 3. I can't remember. Before Superman will be available to unlock in the game, and I think they did a really good job with this. You unlock him first as Clark Kent, just as a journalist with his little press pass on his shirt, with his glasses on and everything. His built-in emote has him undo his shirt in the iconic Superman style, reveal the S underneath. He spins around real fast, and suddenly he's in his Superman gear. That's a really cool touch, and he looks really cool. Like, I had wondered if they were going to try to do Superman at one point, but because he is Superman and he's basically invincible, would it make sense to put him in a shooter game? But it's Fortnite. Who cares at this point? Like I said, they've done multiple Batman versions with Batman in the game, and Batman is the anti-gun character. But it hasn't stopped them from bringing Batman into the game. So, but anyway, and his Superman's glider gives you the ability to make him fly. So sort of like how Thor would use Mjolnir to fly, or how Captain Marvel uses her powers to fly instead of like some device, you can do the same thing with Superman. But anyway. But anyway, that's the Battle Pass for Season 7. What else was there? There's some mystery pages, too, that will unlock in 2 weeks. I'm not sure what that's got to do with anything. Like, traditionally, for the secret skin, like they did this with the Predator, we didn't know who was going to be the secret skin. So let me rewind back and go back to the first part. So, like, Deadpool was the secret skin for Season 2. But they revealed that right away. Aquaman was the secret skin for Season 3. They revealed that right away. Wolverine was the secret skin for Season 4. They revealed that right away. But for Season 5, we did not know what the secret skin was until right beforehand, and it turned out to be the Predator, so it really was a secret. Season 6, they didn't show you who it was, but they revealed right away it was going to be Namor Jr. They just didn't make the official reveal until right before time to add him to the game. In this case, we've already seen Superman and all of his stuff in game, so there's no mystery as to what it's going to be. But and none of it is available for another 2 months, so there's still going to be a wait there. But there are some pages that are being kept secret that will have unlockables free in the bonus section of the Battle Pass in 2 weeks. So I'm curious to see if those are going to be skins or something, or what it could be, or maybe they're the extended rewards. I mean, that might be kind of weird, because usually those stay locked until you reach level 100, and then they unlock as you finish each page. But I'm curious as to why specifically 2 weeks from now. But anyway, that's something to look forward to. Overall, I think this is a very strong battle pass. I really like all the characters here. I think I like these more than the previous season. Sitting here trying to think about all this. Who did we have the last season? We had Jones, who was cool because he's a story character. Tirana was cool, but not that great. I liked having Lara Croft. I liked Raven being in there. Raz was a cool character, and the Spire Assassin didn't end up having much relevance to the story, I think. They're just there to be obstacles. There was another one. Who was it? Who was the other character? It was Jones. We had Jones, Tirana, Raven, Lara, Raz, Spire Assassin. Oh, Cluck, the chicken. He was okay. Not one of my favorite skins, but he was okay. And then Namor Jr., of course. But I think this battle pass could be is a very, very strong one. So good stuff there. Any potential crossovers we could see. The Vulcan salute is part of the battle pass. That's taken, I guess. As far as I know, that's an original thing from Star Trek. So I would expect that maybe we'll see some Star Trek crossovers. There's been a rumor that Wonder Woman's coming this season with Superman. That would make sense. With it being aliens themed, I don't know why they wouldn't try more Star Wars stuff. I mean, Mandalorian was in it 2 seasons ago, and there's been Star Wars stuff in the game before. So we could easily see more stuff there. Like, I had the great idea, why is Chewbacca not in this game yet already? That seems like that would be a pretty popular skin. I know people want like Darth Vader, maybe Darth Maul in the game. So I think there's some potential there. What else could we have? Supposedly Samus is not coming. Supposedly that the rumor is that from one of the leakers said that a source told them that their source said that Epic had tried to get the rights to make a Samus skin from Nintendo, and Nintendo just didn't want to do it, or they just couldn't agree on something, which just seems like more of Nintendo being Nintendo and thinking that like it's going to hurt their character if it ends up on another console. And I don't understand that logic at all. Like, Microsoft gave you Banjo and Minecraft Steve for Smash. You could give Epic Samus. Just because people buy a Samus skin on the Xbox or the PlayStation doesn't mean anything. It would convince people who like her design to check out Metroid. I mean, that seems to be sort of the same sort of deal. But I mean, I just don't get that logic, man. So we got Star Wars, Star Trek. Who else could we see? I'm trying to think of more aliens that we could potentially see there. I had some ideas, and now I'm blanking on them. I threw out the idea, like as a joke, the idea of having Goku as a skin, show up because Superman's in there. You could do Superman versus Goku because Goku's an alien, so that could work. But yeah, I don't know. I think there's going to be some pretty interesting surprises this season. But I guess we're just going to have to wait and find out. Overall, pretty cool start for the season. But the last season got dull pretty quick because there weren't a lot of changes happening. Like after they added the Raptors, which was cool, the game got real dull, and there was no changes happening, and it didn't change for the longest time, and that was one of the biggest concerns. But it seems like maybe they're already teasing that there will be a lot happening this season, so hopefully so. And that's all I got for now on this, other than like the IO guards are back. They're a little bit different this time. They're not quite as invincible. But it's nice to see them back because they are important to the story now. But like I said, we're only 2 days into the season. This is Thursday. I'm recording this. Season started on Tuesday, so lot to be revealed for sure. And I know Epic is planning some sort of event or some sort of reveal or announcement happening through this whole thing with like the Games Fest and E3. So there will be something announced. But anyway, speaking of Summer Games Fest, that just ended right before I decided to do the show, so got some things to talk about there. Not a whole lot, in my opinion, that I saw that like was super exciting. But looking at it, I'm gonna look through this list from IGN. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands was announced. It's like a fantasy-like game that is based on, it's like a spin-off of Borderlands that's based on Tiny Tina's like imaginary world or something like that. But well, it says here this will be a standalone game and it's not a Borderlands spin-off. Well, I say spin-off in that it's being directly taken from Borderlands because Tiny Tina is a Borderlands character. Probably going to play a lot different or something, but anyway, that did catch my opinion. Metal Slug Tactics was revealed. The animation for the trailer actually got my attention. It looked really cool. And I have never played a Metal Slug game. I know it's a beloved franchise and everything, but this trailer got me interested. So yeah, looking forward to trying to check that out for sure. Something for Death Stranding for its director's cut coming to PS5. At first, I thought they were trying to do like a psych out Metal Gear thing where this character, like the first thing was like, oh, it's Death Stranding, but then the guy picked out a box, an empty cardboard box, and then jumped into it for a second, and I was like, wait a minute, are they teasing Metal Gear Solid? Or something, some kind of crossover or something, but it's just director's cut. I guess this was just like an Easter egg thing. But then they had Jeff Goldblum come in to announce Jurassic World Evolution 2, and honestly, that introduction to it, where Jeff Goldblum was trying to, he was saying a lot of things, and they just seemed really incoherent to me. I don't know. I did not. I thought it was weird. Dinosaur game, not too crazy about it. I guess it could have been worse. Lost Ark, that seemed kind of interesting. Again, there wasn't a whole lot in this showcase that really like blew my mind. But Sable was announced. I think this was the game that they showed where they had a music performance. And I can't remember who sang the performance. Something breakfast. I can't remember what it was called. Hang on, let me get Japanese breakfast. See, I thought that was I wanted to say that was what it was called, but I was like, that doesn't sound right for some reason. But that's what the band's called. But yeah, I didn't pay much attention to this trailer, because at the time I was trying to live tweet stuff, and then my internet started going crazy, and I couldn't get. I was trying to watch it from my Switch on my TV and live tweet it through the phone, but for some reason Twitter wasn't processing my tweet, and it was getting hung up, and so I was more focused on trying to get Twitter to work for me on my phone instead of watching this trailer. But visually, it looked really cool, so I'll have to go back and check that out. Uh, Among Us is going to have a hide and seek mode and more stuff coming there. So that's cool to see. Among Us is getting more stuff you can do in the game. Definitely going to be trying to play more of that. Salt and Sacrifice looked kind of interesting. It's kind of dark looking. Did I say Salt and Sacrifice? Ugh, I can't read. Oh wait, no, that is what it's called. I'm reading the title. It says Salt and Sanctuary sequel. It is called Salt and Sacrifice. I'm an idiot. That one looked kind of interesting. I don't know if I would like go out of my way to play it, but that was interesting. 2 Point Campus looks sort of fun, but it's basically just a life simulator game, and I just don't think that I'm into those kind of games. I liked the trailer though. I think it was funny, but if you're into these kind of games though, I guess that would be one to check out because it did look entertaining. Stranger Things is collabing with Smite. I've been wanting to play Smite, but I just haven't. Don't really know much about Stranger Things to be honest, but again, it looked fine. Like I'm interested in that game overall, but we'll have to see. Some stuff from Left 4 Dead. The Anacrusis, I think. I think that was the weird game I saw, like where, like, all of the enemies look like they're humanoid, but they were all the same, and they just like swamp you. But I don't know. It just didn't. There was something about that just was like, I don't know if I like this or not. But we can give it time. Give it time and see what happens. What else we got here? A new Painkiller game. Oh, this was a new publishing label called Prime Matter, and they revealed 12 games from them. Something like Payday 3, a new Gungrave game, and then something for Painkiller. A lot of those just didn't really interest me, but hey, good luck to them. Hope they get some good games coming. Vampire the Masquerade is apparently a battle royale game. I don't even remember this. Or maybe I slightly do, but the fact that I can't remember anything visually from it, just, I don't know. There was a lot of dark, gritty games today, and they sort of, somebody I follow on Twitter said they all kind of blend together, and I agree with that. So yeah, definitely wish there was some more visually standout, games that stood out more visually at least. There were a few though. Tales of Arise. I thought this was going to be like a new Phantasy Star Online expansion or something. I've never played any of this series of games. It looks cool though. I mean, I'm not against it, but didn't particularly, this is a franchise I'm not familiar with, so I can't really get excited about something that I don't really have too much knowledge on. But again, it looks interesting. I would check this one out. Fast and Furious cars coming to Rocket League next week. I've enjoyed Rocket League, the little I've played of it, to unlock like the free Fortnite stuff when they've done their crossovers there. Probably wouldn't buy anything in that game though. But that, I guess if you like Fast and Furious, I don't care about Fast and Furious at all. So this doesn't really do anything for me. What else we got? Children of Light. Sky Children of Light. I don't remember this at all. Wait a minute. Little Petite Prince. That's not the... Wait a minute. Is that? Hold on. Let me see. Is that the little? No, 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 no. I thought at first it was that little fox game that looks like The Legend of Zelda. It's not. It's something different. I don't remember seeing this at all. Where was I at? That may have been a point where I was trying to work with internet on my phone again. The images I'm seeing here, they look kind of interesting. Okay. I'll have to go back and look at that after I get finished doing this. Some Overwatch 2 stuff. I've played Overwatch like once or twice. Uh, I don't know. There was something about it that just seems kind of chaotic, and I couldn't. It took me a minute. Like it looked kind of fun, but I guess I just need to spend more time with it. But anyway, uh, I'll have to. I don't really have much to say about Overwatch 2. I guess I just try to play more Overwatch, but nothing really to say. They mostly just talked about how they're changing it from a six person versus six person to 5 person versus 5 person. So yeah, not really much to say there. Planet Lana, or Lana, I guess. Planet Lana. Uh, this actually looks really cool visually. The art style in this game looks really good. And my first thought was this is like a side scroller game where you like dodge enemies or something and like you avoid being detected. But they just were basically showing off the visuals in the game for this trailer. Um, so yeah, it looks like a really cool game. It looks, or at least the visuals look really cool. We'll have to see what this actually is about. Monster Hunter 2, Monster Hunter Stories 2. I'm actually really interested in this. Again, I haven't played Monster Hunter at all. I can watch my brother play it, whichever the one was for the Wii U. He played that one a lot. But Monster Hunter does interest me, though. I'll have to get into it. I do want to check out this game, though. It looks really cool. Endless Dungeon it seems kind of interesting to me. And that's not a newly revealed game, but that could be fun. Near Automata's 2B is getting a skin for Fall Guys. I know that like you're gonna her greatest asset will not be visible to you because of the way the Fall Guys characters look. But that's certainly something. There's supposed to be some Fortnite skins coming to Fall Guys too, because Epic bought that developer, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was a story a while back. So yeah. Oh no, what's going on here? Okay, there it is. Internet was telling me that it couldn't pull up my this article again. What do we got? Call of Duty Zombies creator is started a new studio called Deviation Games. And they didn't really talk much about it. Far Cry 6, don't care to be quite honest. Evil Dead looks entertaining, but again, I just kind of don't care. I mean, they had Bruce Campbell there. I mean, I guess that's cool, but I don't know. These just are not my type of games. I'll tell you like straight up, I'm primarily looking forward to whatever Nintendo's going to show on Tuesday. That is my main event, and I'm glad that they're pretty much the closers. But yeah, there's like Back for Blood. Back for Blood does seem interesting to me though. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not usually the big you know, slasher guy or anything like that, but you know, that one did entertain me. I think this article is being updated as I read it because there were portions of this This Back for Blood part wasn't there. Let me go back through my Twitter feed then and try to see if I can find some of the stuff I was talking about. Oh yeah, like let me see. Let me go. Oh yeah, I'm skipping lots of crap. This article's not really going over. Uh, the film Free Guys, they showed a trailer for that, which is where the protagonist finds out, who is played by Ryan Reynolds, finds out that the world is a video game, and uh, I can't remember exactly how the plot goes, but but uh, there were a lot of game streamers in there. A lot of Fortnite streamers. Jacksepticeye, Ninja, Pokimane, and Laserbeam were all in the trailer. So they've all gotten into this game, into this film, and that's interesting. I certainly did not expect like something like that, but they were also promoting the Netflix stuff that's coming up, all a bunch of the nerd stuff. You know, when I say nerd stuff, I mean like nerd culture. I mean like, you know, the anime stuff, the games, the shows that are based on games, that kind of thing. Um, that's going to have a whole separate thing. I think tomorrow is the Netflix thing where they showcase all their new stuff. What else was there? Something for Valorant that they showed a teaser for Valorant that lasted literally 2 seconds. Like, why even show that? It was literally 2 seconds of footage. But anyway, I can't remember what game it was for, but WWE's Ember Moon showed up on a stream with Jeff and some other guy that I wish I... Who was the other guy? I feel like people are going to hate me for not knowing who that was. But I was mostly taken out by just a random appearance by a WWE wrestler, and it wasn't Xavier Woods. But to be fair, a lot of WWE wrestlers and a lot of wrestlers in general are gamers. So... so that in a way that is really nice that, you know, the default is not to just say, can we get Xavier Woods for this? Like, there are other wrestlers out there who like to game too, you know? Give everybody a chance, you know? It's not like Xavier Woods needs the extra exposure in terms of video game stuff. He booked the gig for G4, so he's going to be working with them too. So that's nice in its own way. That was not for what the Paladins thing. Paladins is getting a Genlock crossover. I haven't watched Genlock. I haven't played Paladins. But like crossovers always work again. That's just a thing. What else was there? Something for Genshin Impact. I have not played this game, and this just seems like the weeb game for weebs. That's just what it is. A weeb game made for weebs. It's even got like a dating mode now or something, some sort of like dating sim type thing, and that caused some controversy or something. And it just, I don't know. It's just some. I wanted to check out Genshin Impact. I might still at some point, but I just see too much crap regarding it, and like the idea of like it seems like a game where you just pay for certain characters or something. But then again, I guess I can't really criticize buying characters in a game when I play Fortnite and buy skins. So it's the same thing, really. But anyway, there was this Weezer played, and somehow or another, through whatever deal it was, I don't know exactly how this worked out on the legal side, but the song they played was DMCA friendly, supposedly. So I don't know how that works, that they were able to that the song they played was not going to cause people to get copyright stricken if they stream the performance. I have no idea exactly how that works, because um there's been cases of people getting hit with copyright strikes for music that they own, and they're like, I got copyright stricken for playing music that I own the rights to, or a song that I wrote that I should not have gotten a strike for. So the system is clearly flawed. And if I had to guess, and I even tweeted this, I said $20 says that there will be people that get the copyright flag thrown at them for this song. It's going to happen. If it doesn't, I'll be surprised, but that's supposedly the whole deal there. But again, I don't know why they can't just, if they're going to do these big game things, knowing how entwined streaming and games are nowadays, that you wouldn't either go for copyright-free music or make a deal with some of these artists specifically that do completely own the rights to their music, to get those instead of paying some record label thousands of dollars to play a copyrighted song, when you could probably spend less money as a studio, especially the bigger studios that make millions and millions of dollars, to write a song for you that you would then own the rights to and you could use at your discretion. You know? Like, I honestly feel like you could reach out to like an independent songwriter, and it would cost probably far cheaper to pay them to write a song for your game, about your game, or write music for your game, even if it's not like a full like song with lyrics or whatever. You could that's a choice, and that's just depending on how you want to present your game to people. But I'd imagine it's probably a lot easier than, say, paying for Metallica or Weezer to show up on your show, or pay for, like I tweeted the other day, like you don't have to pay for an Ariana Grande single to sell your game. But I don't know. Maybe I don't know enough about how all that works to speak on it. But it just seems like there would be, if you have moved to accept the fact that streamers and game developers are important for each other, and that the streamers couldn't exist without the games, but the games sell more because of the streamers, and it's free advertising, and they've all seemed to have acknowledged that game streamers have been a benefit to the industry, as seen by the fact that, like, Among Us was a dead game when it first came out. Nobody knew about it. Then some popular streamers found it, started streaming it, and then before you know it, everybody's streaming it. And now people, it's one of the biggest games around. I think it's fallen off, but it's just because the fad of that game has died out. But they're clearly focusing very much so on making the game fresh. So again, you would want to try to find a way for the industry to evolve to where, if they want to stream a gaming event, it's not going to potentially get them into some sort of legal trouble to do so. So either work out something with these labels who own everything in the music industry, and think that if you play 30 seconds of a song in your stream, or even if a song is playing in the background of your stream, that people are somehow going to, that's going to affect the sale of your song. They just cut ties with them or something. I just don't know how that could be a thing. But hopefully people don't get copyright notices because of Weezer. There's not supposed to. So hopefully that's the case. And going back, there was a musical performance, speaking of music again, for Sonic Unleashed. That was part of this big 30th anniversary celebration of like a big Sonic music concert that's going to happen soon. They served like what basically was a teaser of it in a way, but It left me wondering if Sonic Unleashed was going to get remastered because they picked it from that game and they showed some gameplay. Probably not. I was expecting it maybe to be coupled with that release. I guess it could happen still, but they did not announce that there. So this seems to be strictly to promote the big Sonic the Musical concert thing that's happening for the 30th anniversary later. But who knows? They're still getting that Sonic Colors game remastered, so that's happening. I mentioned this earlier. Some little Fox game was showed that looks very much like The Legend of Zelda. It's very Zelda-ish in a way, except he plays a little fox instead of a little fairy boy. It's a cute looking little game. I would be interested in playing that one. And then the big reveal at the end was Elden Ring. And that does look pretty cool. I don't really know much else about it other than it looks like it could be really fun to play. Reminds me a little bit of Skyrim. That might make me sound like an idiot, but I already am an idiot, so I can't get any dumber than dumb. Never say that, by the way. You can always get dumber. But yeah, that game looks pretty fun. From what I could tell on Twitter, a lot of people were excited for that. I would give that one a try. But that was it for the Summer Games Fest show. There will be more, of course. Again, I'm primarily focusing on Nintendo. Of course, for Smash. Of course, for whatever Mario stuff happens. The big mystery around, this is the year of Zelda's 35th anniversary. Surely something for Zelda is going to be announced for sure. Breath of the Wild 2 stuff is almost guaranteed at this point. Like I said, Epic is supposed to have some sort of announcement for Fortnite. I don't know if this might have to do with the live event that's going to happen for the aliens because the season, of course, just started. What was I fixing to say? Arcade One Up, before I wrap the show up, Arcade One Up already went ahead and revealed the official cabinet for The Simpsons. I talked about that, I think, in the last show or the show before this. Because technically the show before this I recorded before they officially revealed it. I did a predictions video for E3. Not a predictions, but a wish list video. But yeah, the Simpsons cabinet will be a 4-player cabinet. That's pretty cool. I think that game is the only game on it, though. This will be a very unique case in where the Simpsons cabinet is $500 too. Not feeling so happy about that. It's only one game, and I mean the cabinet looks cool, but again, like somebody brought up, like I saw somebody tweet like there's no reason for why, like if these consoles can exist, if these cabinets can exist, there's no reason why they couldn't put the games themselves on like a digital platform for you to buy for like $5 to $10 a piece. Like if you can license and save the license for the Simpsons video game, then why not throw it up on Steam? Why not put that on Steam and say like, okay, you don't want to spend $500 on the Simpsons arcade cabinet for the novelty of having an arcade cabinet and playing it like you would traditionally on an arcade. Okay, well, here it is on Steam, the original version of the game for $5. There you go. Or make it to where if you buy the arcade cabinet, you get a digital code that comes along with it that allows you to buy it, to put it in like Steam or a Steam code or whatever the case is, to get it for free on Steam. But yeah, I would agree with that, especially with like the other games that they have, like the Marvel vs. Capcom games. Like remember last year they revealed Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and Street Fighter vs. X-Men or X-Men vs. Street Fighter's the technical right one. Both of those games got a cabinet, and those games are not available to play on any of the current Gen game systems. Like Marvel 3 and Marvel Infinite are on Steam, but not Marvel 1, not Marvel 2, not X-Men vs. Street Fighter. Why? Put those games out there, like make a deal to get those games on those platforms for people who don't want to buy the big cabinets. The cabinets are already a novelty in and of themselves. If there are legal ways to license these games, you own the rights to the games, give people a digital option. Like, what is the idea? If we put these games for sale digitally, then nobody's going to buy the cabinets? I don't believe that. I think like hardcore people who really want an at-home arcade would really pay for the arcade cabinets themselves. Like, there's really no other reason to buy a Pac-Man arcade. You could play Pac-Man on almost every version, every console anyway. And they already have like 5 different Pac-Man cabinets as it is, so you know they're selling well. So there's just no reason like that they couldn't potentially put these games on digital platforms and sell them that way and still make money off of the cabinets themselves. So hopefully that's something that they'll take into account. And you know, that at least I hope so. But anyway, that's all I got to share with you today. You know, again, this is really the first full day for gaming stuff. Looking forward again to mostly Nintendo. That's just me. I love Nintendo games more than anything else. Those are the ones I'm most familiar with. And it's not the only thing I'm interested in. Like I said, I just want to, you know, I'm just really looking forward to the next few days, and hopefully some really cool stuff is announced. There will be really cool stuff announced. I just want to know what specifically. So anyway, fun, exciting times for video gamers right now. Hope you enjoyed listening to me talk about it all. And probably won't hear from me again until after Tuesday, after the Nintendo show. Unless a lot of stuff gets announced that really has me excited between now and then. But so yeah, let's try to stay positive about all this stuff. And hopefully everybody gets at least one game announced that they're really looking forward to. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe. Go check out all my other videos. Please do. And we will see you next time for more gaming goodness after Tuesday. Later.